furnace. So obviously, if I'm looking at a furnace, we have a no heat call. We are zoned. I have one of the thermostats calling for heat. I do have it disconnected so I can control the furnace from up here. Let's see if we're getting any fault codes. And so many wires bundled up, I cannot see the light. So let's get the doors off. And let's see what we're dealing with. That's not tripped. It's not hot. I don't have any water in here, so I don't think anything's leaking. 90% furnace. 2-stage. So let's see if the door switch is taped. Oop, I do believe the door switch is taped. Shouldn't be, but it is. Comes in handy when you want to look for a fault code. There you go. You know, the light there and a light down there, but neither one of them is behind the hole in the door. So let's see what she does. When we start it up. Not familiar with that board in a Goodman furnace. This is MV. So I'm guessing this is coming up. Huh. There's brown, gray, and purple there, but it's got brown. It's a gray there. But you look back in there. This is MV1 and MVO. I guess that's going to be your in and out for your valve up here. Not familiar with this one. There's a wiring diagram over here. Well, let's just see what it does. Igniter. And no gas. Got a light on this one and a light on that one. That one gives me my status light. Flame sense, let's see. Am I looking for this red light or that one? This says one flash is a flame sensed. no flame should be present. Let's see, amber LED flash codes. One flash, so I guess this list is for that light, and this list is for this light. And that's normal operation with call for first stage. So let's see if we're getting voltage. Socket this thing again. So I'm just going to jump this thing out. Let's see if I'm getting voltage to my valve when it calls. Check there. Another. See if we get voltage to this valve. No. So we're not getting voltage to our valve. So not getting any voltage to the valve. So this is our common, this is our first stage heat, not getting 24 volts there. That comes down and goes back, comes off this plug down here, then goes back through here, and then comes back up to the valve. So I'm going to check and see if I'm getting it to here from here. And then I want to check this. Common's going through this pressure switch. So we're going to check that first. Make sure this pressure switch is closed. So our pressure switch is closing, so we're getting our common circuit. Now I want to check for 24 volts. Down here. Getting it there. I'm not getting it coming back out of there. And what I'm getting it on is the wire that comes back over here to this board. So it's coming off the board, that board, coming back over here, going into this one, but not coming back out of that one. And we're going to double check that one more time. igniter is lighting up. And I want to go right here to here and see if I'm getting 24 volts coming back out of that board. And I am not, but I do get it coming in. So I think this board is going to be our problem right there. So let me go give them a call and see if I can get one of these. Alright. Really, the gas valve, you got one circuit that goes through here and comes back. You got one circuit that goes through here and comes back out to the valve, and then you've got limit switches tied into here that come back and go through your rollout and your primary limit, and it shuts the gas off. And I guess one of those fault codes, if one of those were to be a problem, would flash on. Why do they put two boards in here? I don't know. Goodman. So let me get this board out of here. It's simple enough so far. If it fixes the problem. Checked all the rollouts and the limits, and they are all closed. We've got a saying around here, between the month of October and the month of March. It's called I hate heating season. Diagnosing control boards and quirky problems with units. And this wire, for whatever reason, runs through here. So we'll run that back through there. And get it plugged back in. It's a neutral wire. Plug that back in and plug that back in and turn it on. Jump it out and see what happens. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't think I've worked on one of these before. Other than, I think maybe, oh, I guess that fixed it. Because it seems like I think I worked on one of these a couple of winters ago. And it had a different kit that came back and replaced all this. Maybe it was one of these that we couldn't get. I can't remember. It does look familiar. It's a Goodman. But evidently, instead of everything being controlled by the one board, now they run these orange wires up here through your rollout and your limit. Then this brakes stage 1, which actually turns the gas valve on. So if one of these limits is common, is coming through here, and then it comes back up through this pressure switch, and then it feeds common, so it'll drop common to the valve. So I guess if any of those limits open, or you lose the pressure switch here for your condensate switch, I don't know where that blue wire goes to. I'm not tracing it out. I got it running now. But I guess if any of the safety's open, this board will flash a fault code, and if anything else happens, this board will flash a fault code. I don't know. It's Goodman. You live and you learn not to trust them.